Happy New Year, everyone! We're in a leap year. The first one in 4. My brother was born on a leap year.
What day in particular?
Well, it definitely wasn't February 29th.
Oh. uh,
Uh, the year was 2000. So, would that make him a millennial? Or would he still be Gen X? Or, not Gen X, Gen Z.
let's see. He was born in 2000. I think that's technically a Gen Zer, if I remember correctly. Because I know my friends.
Because I want to say that that portion of the generation begins after 97.
Yeah. Like, for some reason, me and my friends, we talked about this because we were confused. Because apparently, millennials is somewhere between. I may have gotten it wrong, but I believe it's like 87 to 97. And I'm like, so wait, we're considered millennials? And he's like, yeah, apparently. And I'm like,
Wow.
huh. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, I feel older than a millennial. And he's like, well, we're part of the older millennials, technically, rather than the newer. And it's like, so we're crossed between a boomer and a millennial? And he just kind
Boomlennial?
of... What?
Boomlennial?
But it's confusing. I'm not even sure... I forget, when did that terminology just kind of come up? Millennials and boomers, for that matter. Like, I never even thought of myself being in any of those categories, you know what I mean?
I forget, are millennials separate from the MTV generation, or are they one and the same?
I feel like they're one and the same, almost. Like, that's the confusing part. Like, Gen Zers, I pretty much am able to figure out. But, like, millennials is where I'm still confused at still to this day. I still try to figure that out. And apparently, from what I've heard, another generation after Gen Zers is now considered Gen Alpha. And I'm like, what?
Who's
What?
deciding these names?
I don't know. I like to know that myself because I'm just like, what the is going on here? Like, somebody's coming up with this, and the whole entire group is like, yeah, I'm for it. And it's like, I'm not, because I'm lost as get at who comes up with it and who agrees with it.
This slowly went from being a Let's Play episode to just us talking podcast style.
Well, we're just right now just installing Pokemon Home, so while we're waiting for it to be installed and stuff like that, that's kind of what we're doing right now, is mostly chatting and stuff. Like,
I ran into a shiny while we were talking.
a shiny what, though, is the question.
Snorunt.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, needless to say, before I started taking this medication, lately I've been having some very... Let's just say I've had some up and downs at work. And it's one of those things, like I was telling my doctor, I was like, I don't want to quit Walmart because, number one, the thought of going to another workplace...
Scares you?
It does, actually, in all honesty. Drives up my anxiety levels. And secondly, the work's not bad. I can handle the work. It's just I can't handle what's going on at work in terms of, like, customer base or employee base.
2 shinies in a row?
Daggum, Max. What did you do to get the shiny rate to go up like that?
I don't know.
Daggum.
I mean, I already have this one. I could probably give it to you.
What is it?
Oh, a spoink.
Huh. Interesting. At the time before we...
A third?
I'm glad this stream has been somewhat helpful to you, Mech. I know last time you had a hard time catching one because of the fact that every single time you went into the,
What the hell?
whatever it's called.
This is actually one that I like, too!
But anyway, overall, it's one of those things where it's like noise and then overworked.
4!
Mech is on fire today, folks.
What is going on?
That's a good question.
I'm not even trying to find these!
They're just popping up.
I don't have a sandwiching effect, do I? No, I don't. I'm just running into them.
That is so weird.
Dang, what I miss?
I just ran into 4 shinies in a row!
Ooh, nice.
Snorunt, Spoink, Citadel, Bronzong! All on Glaciato Mountain!
Oh, wow. Interesting.
You see why there's initiative to get all of the others now?
I see now. That's pretty interesting that it keeps up with all of the data.
Now, for instance, go to Pokemon Shield. Try transferring in the Alolan Raichu, for instance.
Yep, there we go. Okay.
And the Galarian Slowpoke. And now you just press the plus button to save your progress. I'm sorry, I'm still a little shook up over the fact I found 4 shinies within an hour.
Not even an hour, barely 20 minutes. Huh.
And now go to the
Pokédex?
Okay, not exactly where I was expecting you to go, but go to Pokemon again.
Oh, okay.
And then go to Scarlet. You can now bring those Pokemon over.
Oh, okay, yeah. Huh. You know, this kind of makes me want to think of something, because I'm actually curious. So, seeing as how Pokemon Home has been developed, obviously for Switch and everything like that, do they plan to carry this over to the next Switch or the next Nintendo system? I mean, we don't even know.
I hope so.
We don't know. The only thing that I've heard is that they're wanting to make the next Switch system be able, or whatever. I keep saying the next Switch system, but they're saying the next Nintendo console. So as far as we know, it's not even a Switch 2. It may be called something else. But either way, they're wanting to carry the Switch library onto the next console from what it sounds like.
I hope so.
I mean, it sounds like that's what they want to do, and I hope they do, because honestly, the Switch is a good system. I don't carry it around like I used to, but it's still a good system in my personal opinion. And,
oh, yeah.
And if this continues, then Pokemon Home has a longer life expectancy, and so do the Pokemon games. And now that I know that I can do this, maybe I would actually look into the other Pokemon games, which is something that I don't normally do. But now I can see why, Mech, you do a living Pokedex. Because to have this is pretty cool.
It also keeps track of which shinies you've put in there.
Oh no, that's why you've been so obsessed with shinies. It keeps...
Not really, I just was like, oh hey, shiny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I usually try to go for the 12-month because I'm able to carry all of that over in one go.
How much is it, just out of curiosity?
I'm sorry, I'm just roaming around, seeing what else is around here. I got 4 shinies within a span of an hour, maybe less. I'm just trying to make sure this isn't a fluke.
Fair. 16 isn't terrible, per se. It's not. What benefits do I get out of the premium for the Pokemon Home, just out of curiosity?
More boxes.
Oh, and how many boxes do you start off with?
Just the one.
Ugh. And what's the max number of boxes as of right now?
200.
Let me get the calculation on this one here. I'm curious.
Every single box can carry 30 max, so that times 200,
6,000. Well, there goes the over 1,000 Pokemon data entries. That takes care of that instantly. I'll definitely have to remember that. If I ever do plan on it. I'll definitely have to think on that one, you know? I guess it depends on how big of a Pokemon nut that I become versus when I might plan on playing the next one, you know what I mean?
yeah. And then there's the fact that some Pokemon are exclusive to Pokemon Go. Specifically, the roaming form of Gimmighoul and the Meltan line.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so there's that
I
to
mean, I
consider.
could probably give you a spare of the latter if you were to trade on Shield.
Okay.
Yeah, this is more than made up for what happened with Rhyhorn.
There we go.
That Rhyhorn incident was definitely,
Oh, and in the time since we last saw each other, I also ended up catching 2 shiny Execute.
I did notice on Twitter that you encountered a shiny, Trampet, wasn't?
Trappitch.
Trappitch. And it's like, the inconvenience.
Why have shinies spawn around you when you're synced up?
Okay. Is that a version exclusive?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was wondering on that one, because it's like, are we sure about this? And it's like, okay. Not gonna lie, though, the design of that one's pretty badass looking.
It's a robot behemoth.
Yeah.
It's literally a robot version of the Pokemon I compared Behemoth to.
Oh my gosh, if that Heartless was a machine, that'd be terrifying.
Iron Boulder, the Paradox Pokemon. It resembles a Pokemon described in a dubious magazine as a Terrakion that had been modified by an evil organization.
Specifically, evil organization.
Iron Crown, the Paradox Pokemon. It resembles a mysterious object introduced in a paranormal
Didn't mean
magazine.
to do that. I
Wait, you
have...
a Golurk?
Yeah.
Great minds think alike. I also have Armoroots in front of my party.
He was originally going to call it Burninator.
Yeah. But we just ended up going with Bernadette. Yeah, Bernadette.
Because I thought it would be funny to have it be like a pun on Bernadette Peters.
And then we have Rosita, the Meowscarade.
Masquerada.
Meowscarada. Then El Tigre, the Incineroar. Sora, the Lucario.
And Archimedes, the Noctowl.
And then, of course, I named Golurk Bulky.
Currently, what's in my party is one Armoroots, Jagmola.
Okay, Chris, I guess you and I are hunting Ditto blocks.
Oh, lovely.
It's a 3-star, so it won't take that long.
And we need
Remember,
5 of them. Dadgum.
Remember, we're finding Dittos, not Diglets.
Yeah, last time I, I don't know why I read it as Diglett. Do not
I don't
ask
blame
me.
you. You're fine. I just flew down. I just jumped down. I found one.
What the hell? Shiny Litleo!
Nice.
Woohoo!
5 now. Over the past hour.
What the fuck?
Let's go. Shiny luck.
Mech,
I'm not even hunting these!
Mech is just
Oh my
on
God.
cloud 9 of this. I'm just being
I am
tickled
gonna
at
need
Mech.
to upload all of these afterward.
Uh,
The way that Inkay evolves in this game sucks.
Just hold it upside down. Just as usual.
Oh, it's more than that. You need to also make sure you don't have any Pro Controllers connected.
Yeah. Oh, what's next?
I don't think I will ever understand why people think that Electivire should have been a fighting type.
No, I don't see it.
I mean, I can see where the ideal comes from, but
Just because it
Yeah,
learns
but
an element, like, it's
I like him being
it's
pure.
strictly because it knows the elemental punches. Magmortar knows it too. No one's complaining about it not being a fighting type.
I mean, so does the
Yeah.
Scarlet explosion. But yeah, I like it just being pure electric.
There's several other types that I don't understand why people wanted them to be. There's Luxray and people thinking it should have been a dark type. Golduck with people thinking it should have been a psychic type.
Yeah. Should we meet in the canyon biome?
Actually, that might not be a bad idea because that will help Chris with unlocking the flight.
Yeah, plus I have to do the golden thing.
Oh man, I just thought of something hilarious.
and that would be
It would have been dependent on whether or not if you named your character Heavy. Specifically for Crispin.
why.
As promised, Heavy will now put sandwich in your mouth.
I should have thought of that for bulky. I should have thought of that.
I mean, you can rename it at any time you want.
I know, but still. All of a sudden, I am really hungry.
I
I know that doesn't help much, but still. I am just like...
Want to go to the Flying Pig after this?
Actually, that's the weird thing. Me and Daniel are actually trying to figure out what we want to have Tuesday after we get groceries and stuff like that. Because we normally grab something to eat and everything. And so now we're just kind of like debating on what we want to have and stuff like that. And one of the choices either Flying Pig, Amansa, I believe we also thought of McAllister's. I forgot where else we were.
Stick the pin.
Ah, right.
Remember, you're on a time limit.
I forgot. Oh Lord, my mouth is watering real big time. I was about to say, why isn't it going? I gotta press the A button. How many of them does he have?
Don't worry, he only uses one of them.
Okay. I was gonna say, it'd be like, is that all his party consists of?
Alright, everyone. Stay chancy!
Oops. Let's go.
Or as Chris would say, schnazzy.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and sign off here for the time being. But thank you all those who decided to join in and decided to follow. Thank you so much for all that.
What a way to end things off.
Yeah, Mech caught 5 shinies. Still can't get
Nice.
over that. That was nuts.
And I gave you one of them.
Yeah.
I'm coming. I'm done here. I fulfilled my purpose. I ain't need to see no more shit down here.